But we're still waiting on a few belts for this thing, but we might as well get that wheel off here and dig into getting the variable speed drive pulleys off, because you got to take, the pulley that needs replaced is, or not pulley, the belt that needs replaced is this one here that, had some audible noises when it started coming apart on me earlier. So we're going to take these guys out of here. That's, I believe, the auger drive, unloading auger drive pulley that needs to come out of here. Replace this belt. There's a belt behind it that runs to the shaker shoe and stuff like that. And so basically we're going to replace every single belt on this machine, but the first ones have to go are right here. So let's dig in. I'll get to you guys on a tripod, and we'll probably have some sort of, sped up double time video of all this, because that's got to come off too. think I've got everything off down here. You saw me pull that pulley out of here and everything. I had to take a lot of extra stuff off I wasn't planning on to get everything out of the way. But now we're back in here behind the cab. This is the auger drive. It will go that way once we take this tension loose. This belt right here is ground drive. It should come out of there after we get the auger off, and then the separator belt is right here, and that'll be the last one off, and then we just put it all back in. But I don't think I have, there's a belt right there behind the separator driven pulley that I don't believe I have yet. Should be here Tuesday, I think. So we can't really go entirely back together yet. I'm just assembling currently because there's more than a few things to get out of the way on a Massey combine, but we'll keep working on this. Well, we've pretty much successfully freed all of the belts on the left hand side of the machine. This one here that's hanging, I gotta go and undo this. It's hanging on that, I gotta undo this piece right here to drop it out, and then that belt can come out and we can put all those belts back in once they're here. I got the belt that's behind that pulley. It's dangling right there. It gets, don't look at that. It gets drug through here and dropped out. We gotta undo a slip clutch thingy right there to get that off of here. I have a bearing right there that I knew was out to replace. And I just found another bearing that I wasn't planning on that's out. And that is the rear feeder house pivot bearing is gone. So we're gonna have to drop the feeder house off this thing now, which really won't be that hard because you just undo the hydraulic lines, the two pins on the cylinders. These little clamps here swing down. I already got the belt off that's on there. And we undo the drive chain for the feeder house right there, and it can come off. So unfortunate, but I can deal with it. So guess we're gonna pull a feeder house sometime now too. But I've done enough here today. The sun's going down. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna go home and see the family. So we'll catch up on this here soon. Well, I think it's been a week since I worked on this last, but we're back on it. Been putting belts on all morning. It was drizzling. Didn't really want my camera out getting wet, but we put new belts going back here to the shoe drive on already this morning and up to the straw walker crank. And I've been back in here. We got a new belt that I need to adjust tension on for the separator drive. Got the top traction drive belt on, and the auger drive belt is on. Need to go through and finish putting in a few cotter pins and a few things there, but we're making progress on this deal. Need to bend that guy back from when that belt came apart, but that's minor. And then we got to put the bottom traction drive belt in and all the pulleys. And then I think we're going to pull the feeder house because I got a bunch of bearings on that just need to be done. So we're just going to keep working here, but also trying to decide. I know I got a bearing out right there on the shaker, so I'm trying to decide if I just undo the shaker and pull it out the back of the combine and redo all the bearings and put it back in, because it's really not that bad to do on this thing. You just undo the bolts I showed you on the front, you undo the crank here, and the other one's up underneath there. You just take them loose, and then the damn thing just slides out the back. Like, I got plenty of room here to do it. It's not like freaking 9660 John Deere where you just want to pull your hair out doing that gig. This one really wouldn't be too bad. So probably just gonna do that, and then I know it's fixed and I don't have to work on it later. Well, I got most of this wrestled back in. Had to put the slider assembly in first, then get this pulley hanging off that belt there, then put the inside yoke wraparound piece on out here, and slide her all up in there. Still got to get the belt on the bottom pulley here, but I got to get this lifted up in the air and get tension off of this belt here and get it narrowed up the opposite way to spread this side open so I have more slack, because right now I'm pretty short. So we'll work on that and update you when we get there. Well, that's all back on. Went together easier than it came apart, honestly. So I'm gonna call that a win. I think I'm gonna make the feeder house removal a separate video though. So we got all the belts on the right hand side of the machine. We're gonna move around over here to the left hand side, work on getting belts off over here and back on. There's cylinder drive belt, and then the fan drive, two belts for the fan drive here on this side. Then there's one more belt for the rethrasher. So we'll work on getting those, and for the straw spreader. So we're gonna work on getting those changed up still, and then we'll make the feeder house video another one. We're getting there. Cylinder drive belt, not too bad to change. Just take off the half of that sheave, which is just two nuts, pull it apart, and we'll shove a new pulley in, or belt in there after I untension that. Just loosen that jam nut, take that way. These two belts come off. Put that one in behind first and that one, then we'll put the cylinder drive belt on and move on to back here. So it's not too bad, it's just a hell of a lot of belts. Surprise, another belt behind a chain or belt that I have to take the chain off to get to it. So that one just controls cylinder speed, but hopefully I can loosen this tensioner off far enough and have enough room to just slide the belt up underneath the sprocket. So I don't have to break that old school chain, because I don't have the tools to do that. You know, the thing I might have learned most about working on this little Massey combine is a damn good thing I'm a skinny little guy, because I'm crammed in here behind the engine compartment. I got the belt on, so we're winning, but that was not fun. I had to cram my head down in here and take that guide off, and then I was able to roll the belt through the sprocket as I turn the sprocket in the cab. So that's fun. New belts dangling there. We'll go back down and get it put on, but holy cow. Well, those are on. So that's great. We'll have to reset cylinder speed once I got the combine running, which I'm not sure my cylinder speed indicator works. So might have to get a manual tack out and check that. For now, we're gonna come back here. We'll take the belt off the rethrasher and the belt off the spreader, and I think that's all the belts on this machine, thank God. Well, except for the engine compartment, and I'm not doing those today. Well, that's pretty much it here, I think. Got all the belts on except the stuff in the engine compartment, and two on the feeder house that I gotta wait to pull the feeder house anyway. It doesn't matter. So we're making a lot of progress here. There'll be a lot more to come on this guy, but it's getting closer. We get about half a dozen bearings in and tire back on, and we'll be ready to take this thing out and test it. So stay tuned, there'll be a lot more. And again, thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if you got something interesting to say. But we'll keep doing what we're doing here. Go drag something out of the weeds and get it running.